Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We're going back into this month's event quest. This is the last chapter, chapter 3.2, with the new champ, Sersi. I think I'm saying that right. Maybe not. Haven't seen the movie yet. But yeah, so nodes in play. It's got long distance eternity, which is kind of unique. Basically, she gets a bunch of her buffs. If you're far away, they don't fall off. So if you think you can like run away and just let the unstoppable or the unblockable fall off, you will be wrong. It will stay there until you're close to her. It's got power play, so whoever has the most power in their power bar will be fine, but the other person with the least amount will get fate sealed, which you can use to your advantage to make sure that she doesn't get a bunch of buffs. Ionized armor, after her special attack, she's going to gain an indefinite armor up, which obviously can get be removed. Power with an armor break, nullify, and the fate seal from the node. Power play's got kinetic transference, so if you block, parry, whatever, she's going to gain energy and then rise to power shortly after a knockdown, whether it's a heavy or a special. You any blocking, touching will gain her power. So right here, I just kept parrying, and man, I don't know what happened, but I missed like multiple blocks and nothing registered, and then right there I threw a special one into her block, which was not intended, and then I totally eat a special one. So yeah, I had Archangel as a horseman and totally screwed it up. Definitely can take it. I felt like the RNG was bad. She went super passive with throwing her specials, and yeah, I got my butt kicked. So that was my first attempt at seeing her. We're gonna go back in with Cable. So I do have Apocalypse on the team, so I can get all of the degens from the heavies on this, which is really nice. The damage, I just took Cable to rank 3. He's my 21st rank 3 champ, and man, he is fun. Super easy to get a lot of damage off. So you can see like that unblockable buff wasn't going to go away unless you stay close. And then I have more power. I had more power than her, so she got fate sealed and all that stuff went away. So if you hold your power, it can be very beneficial. So if you can do some type of damage over time, like with Cable or AA, and get a lot of your damage in without needing to throw specials, it can really help make this fight a lot more simple. And then I got hit with her special one a number of times. I'm still learning to get the evade off. It doesn't seem that it's not that difficult, but I do get tagged several times and I do get stunned. But because I have limber and her dash in, it doesn't seem right. But she always misses on the hit, which is kind of weird. But I won't complain about that. And we're just letting these degens go. I'm holding my power bar so that she gets fate sealed. I keep missing that special one evade. Here I'm cornered, so I'm gonna throw the special 3 to get some spacing. And I think I might push her to special 2 at some point in this fight, or maybe it's another fight. So there's that unblockable. It's just sticking around. So you kind of want to go in and tap into her block or whatever and get that to fall off. I think she does have an attack where you can pretty much kind of do a shallow evade and hit her. She's not the most difficult champ to fight, but man, I, for whatever reason, felt like I had issues getting the spacing right with the special one. You basically just need like one dex to get out of the way from that, and then once the end of those rocks come up, you just need to evade, and I just missed it time and time again. I will get it though at some point. And yeah, Cable will finish this off. The degens that he puts out is super nice. I mean, look at how many times am I going to get hit by that special one? And she dies of the degen before I get the rest of my health knocked away. So definitely ugly first attempt. But we get her down, collect the rewards, and then we go back in to clear all the other paths. I pretty much used Apocalypse for almost all the fights in this quest. The mutants got the benefit, and he just destroyed everything. So my last 2 rank 3s were Apocalypse and Cable, and they're putting in a lot of fun work for me. So next up, we're going to go with Mojo. We don't have any charges. We haven't used him yet, so there's no ramp up. I do have Ghost Rider and Black Widow Clairvoyant on the team for synergies, which is going to be really nice because her buffs are going to go away just so fast. So whether it's the unblockable or the whatever power gain, it just goes away super quick. And Mojo melts her pretty easily. And if you can just complete those prompts and get to the 5 followers to where you can have the Fury active, those special 2s will light her up really well. Here we're going to throw a special 1. We do get the Fury, so we got our followers. And now as long as we can dex the special 1, we should be good to go. Gonna light her up with this special 2. Look at that degen, looking fantastic. And then she just doesn't get like any buffs, and they just last for just a split second. It's super awesome. There I do get hit by her special. I want to try to hold that block. There we go. We complete that prompt. Hit her with a special 2. With the Fury up, another chunk of degens just ticking away, and I think we get one more special 2, and she's gone. So did get hit by 1 special, but Mojo made that super easy, super quick, particularly with the synergy in play. So a really solid option for Sersi. And yeah, we get solo. We're going on to the next one, which I think I'm going in with Doom. Nope, not Doom. This one we're going to go with Longshot. So I was thinking with all the buffs that she gets, you know, she's not immune to incinerates, and I should be able to get some crazy damage off from Longshot's special 2. I do have some synergies in play to help with like the duration of the karmas and whatnot with Domino and Rogue, which are going to help. And we just need her to throw some specials, and then we'll get going on some of our own specials. And you really only need 2 decks, but I dex 3 to 4 times. I overdex. I don't know, that's just what I feel comfortable with. There I steal her unblockable. And I think right here we charge the heavy. We didn't have a whole bunch of bad karma on her, but we had max 5 karma with Pure in Heart. I do get tagged by another L1. We're gonna keep hitting her, get back to our special 2, and then we're gonna hit her up again and take a huge chunk of damage. Now she's being super passive, which is at some point good because I can get the good karma with the dexing and whatnot, but man, she quite annoying that I felt like there's a lot of times where she did not want to throw her special. So the good karma falls off, gets transferred over to bad karma. We get some dexes, and then here we're gonna light her up. Got Pure in Heart activated, a bunch of incinerate damage going on. And yeah, she's just melting away. Longshot, excellent option for this fight. I think, do I hit her with an L1 on this one, or do I go to another L2? I can't remember. I think maybe one more L2 and then another, and then I finish her off with a special one. Yeah, so get that timing down on the special one. Pretty easy to do. I actually think the L2 is not that bad. I don't think I see it in this fight, but there are some fights where I do see it and I'm able to evade it without any problem. I think maybe I'll practice doing the evades a little bit more. I mean, for me, if I can evade the L2 easily, I would much rather push to L2 and see half the specials. And here I think we're just going to finish off with a special one from the heavy, get a bunch of bleed damage, and get the solo. So Longshot, solid option. I've been considering taking him to rank 3, but rank 2 right now he's doing a solid job. We'll see if he gets some rank 3 materials in the near future. Next up, I think we're going to go in with Doom. Yes, we do go in with Doom, and now here I totally forgot about that. Sersi, if you hit her hard, she's gonna activate her glancing buff, and then pretty much you get all of your ability accuracy reduced. And I do not take that into account when I'm trying to do a Doom cycle. So I would recommend against doing a Doom cycle and just sticking with L1s and L2s, and that should be plenty, and Doom would be a fairly solid option. But otherwise, if you don't have like staggers up to prevent her glancing buff, you're not going to be able to cycle her, and you'll see that I do get hosed from that and end up getting L3'd. So here I think I'm going to go to special 3. She's got 2 hits on the heavy, and there's numerous times where I ran into that. I missed twice. I missed getting the heavy off before one of the shocks expired, and I got smacked for it. So here, so she had a little bit less than 2 bars. I hit her with the special 3, but the glancing was up, did hardly any damage. It doesn't activate the stun. So there's the special 2. Got the full evade on the first try. I need to be close to get that unblockable off. And I think, you know, with Doom, you just want to keep spamming special 1, special 2, control her power, get some fate seals. And this is only my rank 5 Doom. I think my rank 3 6-star was either in War or was in Alliance Quest, but I should have been able to take her out. Here we do power steal. We're gonna power steal again. I think we try for one more. No, I should have thrown my special 1. I think this is where I go for the special 3, and this is where I get whacked. So I think she's going to come out of this with the glancing buff, and she's going to be at 3 bars. I can't control her power. There we go. Right there. I got the glancing through the special 1, and yeah, I wasn't able to steal anything, and I got wrecked. So here's our special 3. If you haven't seen it, looks pretty cool. Get melted by some lava. But yeah, so that was not ideal. So I think I go back in with Diablo, or do I go in with somebody else? I think I go back in with Apocalypse, and I get wrecked pretty quick, and then I finish her off with Diablo. So I applied the suppression or the I think I applied the petrify. Yeah, the petrify to help with the power gain from the rise rise to power node when you knock her down, to have the blocking give her less power. And man, I also had my daughter. I was doing this last night, Sunday night. My daughter, man, she was trying to get me killed, I think. I was like, hey, she wanted to play, and I was doing this, and yeah, anyways. There I made a mistake. I tried to do one too many hits going off of that stun into block. Definitely Apocalypse, I should have been able to finish this off, but a little distracted. And I haven't done the best at evading her L1s. And having a 4-year-old chirping in my ear, and then looking over my shoulder. She's like, "Oh, that one is new," and she's all interested in who it is and asking if she's a good guy or a bad guy, if she's good or bad, as far as just like a champ. And yeah, but I think I die here right towards the end. There, I thought I was gonna be able to get the stun, but I was still on cooldown. So get whacked, go for an attack, and I get dexed and draft back intercepted. So I think I finish her off here with Diablo. I think I activate Essence of Null so that I can nullify buffs easily. I haven't used Diablo a lot. I brought him on the team specifically just for Doom synergy to get the guaranteed crit on heavy with a stagger up. But yeah, he looks pretty fun. He's got some cool things in his kit that I need to be more well aware of and try to practice him and do some cool stuff with him, because I think Diablo is a good champ. Even if you don't run suicides, I think he has a lot of good potential. He's got some cool things. He can be stun immune, which is very convenient. He's got really solid poison damage. I think I'm gonna end up getting to a special 3 and then killing her with some big poison damage. But yeah, so that's it for this one. I think Diablo could actually do this fight really well. I just don't play him a lot, so I don't have a lot of experience. I think I'm gonna throw the special 3 after this one is up. Yep, and then she's gonna melt from the poisons coming out of this. And not the cleanest fights by any means, because I died twice. But we did get her down. Haven't used any items. Didn't need to use any items this AQ and EQ. And I think I got like a half a dozen revives between 3.2 and 3.1, which was really surprising. So there are revives on the map. So just make sure you scout the map ahead of time if you need some revives, because they are in this month's Cavalier event quest for sure. Next up, oh yeah, so this one was another ugly one. So I go in with the ugly dude, Abomination. I was thinking that he would work really well, and I think he should, but I just ate special after special. And I think I end up getting cornered by her too, because she didn't want to throw her special. Yeah, I was gonna try to. I don't even think I get 30% off, which is kind of sad. Got my Abomination newly awakened, which I took him to rank 3 in the summer, so I'm glad he's awakened now. Got a little more utility with him. I think I end up getting cornered. She doesn't want to throw. I just felt like the AI on this one seemed a little bit more passive than most bosses, and I don't know, maybe it's something that I'm doing with how I'm doing my attacking and whatnot, but we do get the poison toxic aura up, and it's doing some damage, but then we just start getting whacked, and she's unblockable, whacked me, and she's got her power gain, and now we're getting backed up into the corner. And it would be nice if we can get an acid burn on her, and she's just playing passive enough, and maybe I should have pushed her to a special 2. and that would have helped, but she just didn't want to throw. So now we're up in the corner. She's unblockable. Let's go get close to her so it can fall off. And yeah, here I just get whacked, and now we're over in the corner trying to bait this, and I think I do evade this deep against the wall. I think this next one, I accidentally whiffed an attack, and that made her go passive. Get an intercept. We're trying to get some space. Now we're up against the wall. No, I didn't evade. Maybe it was a different fight where I was up against the wall, and I'm like, ugh, that was frustrating. That was a super ugly fight with my ugly man, Immortal Abomination. So I'm decided I'll go back in with ManThing, and I think I do okay with this one, but just is playing super bad. Couldn't evade her L1, and if you can't evade her L1, you're gonna get stunned, you're gonna get wrecked, you're gonna get unblockable. Yeah, see there, I missed both the first one and then obviously the second hit. We're gonna get some armor breaks and poisons going on her. And I think we end up finishing her off with, I'm not sure, I can't remember, because I think I'm pretty certain I die here with ManThing. So yeah, I got tagged on the end of that special too. Dex the first part, didn't dex the second part. Having issues with my dexing the last part of her rocks that shoot up out of the ground, or the lava, whatever it is. I'm just having issues. There, I get a clean one on that one. She runs at me, I get her with a special 2. Special 1. ManThing's so fun because you can throw so many specials if you run Mystic Dispersion. My Mystic Dispersion's only 3 out of 5. If you run higher, you can totally spam a ton of specials. Then I get hit by her heavy. There, we do dex that special clean against the wall, which was nice, but I don't think that lasts for very long. I think we're gonna get hit by like another special here coming up. Here we go. I don't know why I threw that special one into the block. That was dumb. There we go. We get some more armor breaks, more poisons. See if we can't. Oh yeah, we get intercepted. Went in to tap into her block and it got intercepted and died. And she doesn't have too much health left. I think I finish her off with Cable again. Again, I got Apocalypse on the team so I can get a whole bunch of degen off. So again, not a solid run here with my team. My plan failed. I don't know about the plan failed, but just my skills failed. And there again, I swear I blocked. There is blocking is kind of like what happened with my Archangel. I don't know if it has to do with being a horseman, because Archangel was a horseman and now Apocalypse was a not Apocalypse, Cable was a horseman, and it seemed like she just like hit right through me. We just need to get a couple more degens on her and she will just melt away. And yeah, we get another kill. And I think we got, what, 2 more after this? And I think I do a little bit better. I think I do get a solo with Claire, I think. There we go. Cable finishes off Cersei. It's not Cersei. Cersei. Yeah, we got 2 more pass left, I think. Alright, yeah, so this one we're going to go in with a Domino Trinity team. We do get the solo on this one. Pretty easy. Domino will obviously shut down some of her abilities, Cersei's abilities with the crit failure. And my Domino's a rank 3. I got Massacre and Rolk on the team. It's going to give that parry heavy incinerate going. And when that lands, it's big damage. So look at that, just that first one, take off 10%. That one I get glance, it's not as strong. Now she's got glancing on, it's, you know, I'm not gonna hit as hard, so we're gonna have to let that fall off. And basically on this one, we wanna keep our power as much as possible so that she gets fate sealed. See there again, we block and we're a horseman on this one as well. And I just feel like, I don't know, maybe there's an issue with her being a horseman, our champs being a horseman, because I feel like they just hit through the block. And there I parry, give her the kinetic transference, get her a special 2. I think I do evade this. And then here, this is where I've been trying to dex. I think I'm gonna parry quite a bit. So there we get dex, we get the other dex. Okay, we're all good. We're in the corner. We're gonna parry heavy her, try to get out of the corner. It's got the rise to power, it's got the kinetic, so we're gonna be giving her power when we block. I'm not too concerned with that. Here, another special. I think we're going to go over, tap into her block, get a parry, heavy, and do we throw off? We don't go lucky, we don't get the unlucky. And we're gonna throw off a special 3 after she throws a special. So here I'm trying to bait her special, and I think I continually to like dex away, and I hit, you know, I get these parries. I don't know, that's happened a lot more since the update. I felt like my timing's been off. We throw off the L3 while she's still underneath the effects of the stun, so it should hit harder. Should get more RNG out of it, and we get a big bleed, 6k bleed. She's bleeding away. We're trying to bait a special. It would have been nice to get back to a special 1 to refresh that potentially, but oh well. I think it's going to be just like a couple more parry heavies. Get a big and center at 4k and center it on that one. 2200 on that one. Got a decent one on that one. I think we're just going to go for the full kill here. We do have the glancing going, but we're in assassin's range, and boom, finishes her off. So we do get the solo with Domino. She can do that fight with the synergies. I'm sure she can do it without. Just get the special 3 maybe twice and she'll be dead. And then we're going to move on. We got one more. And who do we use? Oh, I thought we were going to use Claire. Claire would be a good option for this fight. I didn't bring her in. I am bringing in my Ebony Maw. Got a couple synergies in play with Invisible Woman to give me like power gain when you miss. It's kind of like Ghost, where you miss, you gain power. You can get that with Invisible Woman. And this one I don't play great as well. Again, I keep going into those heavies. I'm being impatient. It's a 2-hit heavy. There we are able to counter that one appropriately. And with my Ebony Maw newly awakened, I just awakened him this last week. I haven't played him a lot where I purposely have misses while the falter's up and get the because now I get the damage. Before unawakened, you don't get the degen damage when they're faltered and they miss. So here she's faltered. I should have just let that try to hit me. Didn't. We hit her with a special 2. Degen is pretty nice. There she's faltering again. I should just let her hit into my block or just open stance. We hit her with a special 1, and I should get back to a special 1 to get that one nullified. There we go, we complete that mission. And yeah, we're getting some decent degen. There we go, we're getting some power gain. And then again, she throws the heavy. I run into it. Yeah, not good play. And I know I'm gonna I do end up dying, and we finish her off with I think I try to finish her off with Falcon, and I totally fail. Like, there's another one, another heavy where I just rush in. Yeah. Here, we get her with another special 2. Got some decent degen damage, but I think I end up eating special 1 here shortly. Trying to bait this out, or try to let her hit me, gain a bunch of power. I'm gonna have to play around with that mechanic. I haven't done that much. Yeah, there, I totally eat the first hit of the special 1. Ugh. Gotta get that special down. It's not difficult to evade. But for whatever reason, it was not happening last night, Sunday night. Now we're going in with Falcon, try to get her locked on. Hopefully can bypass the glancing and whatnot. And there, getting some specials evaded, waiting for our locked on to come back around. It would be really nice if I could get this guy awakened, so I can get better uptime on the locked on. There, we get her locked on again, getting some decent damage. I probably shouldn't have thrown the special one. I probably should have just kept going. The bleed damage is nice, but I think with the Fate Seal, having more power than her will be more beneficial. Keep all of her buffs off. Gotta go in, get that unblockable off. And then there, we get locked on again. We appropriately wait and bait out the 2-hit heavy and counter it. And I get smacked by that special 1. That was 11k in that first part of that crit. I don't finish her off though. I think I die with, like, I don't know, 5%, and then I go back in with Invisible Woman, which was actually kind of fun because Invisible Woman's only a rank 3 5-star. Built up a bunch of fragility debuffs on her. Didn't have a lot of health to deal with, but we do end up taking her out here shortly. But I'll let this kind of play out. Not the best runs I've ever had on bosses for sure. Got a couple solos, but definitely did not play well overall. And when this finishes out, there'll be the rewards that I get, and I'll open up a 6-star and open up all the 6 stones and the catalysts and whatnot. So you want to stick around to see any of that, and I also have it time-stamped. Maybe you're already gone. But yeah, we'll finish this off because I think I get smacked by a special 1 here. Maybe the next one. No, I just eat a combo and miss the unblockable. So we go back in with my rank 3 Invisible Woman. I didn't want to bring Cable back in. Cable has gotten too much work. Yeah, so there's only like 40,000 left. So I just get to keep her invisible like the whole fight. And I end up with 100% health. Granted, it's only 40k, 13% left to take out. But Invisible Woman does the job. So I'm going to let this finish out, and I'll see you at the rewards if you're still around. So we finished off 100% of Cav EQ. We got some 6-star shards. Decided to go in and out a few times, spin it, tap it, and we get a new champ, Doctor Strange. I don't know how excited I am about that. I do like Doctor Strange. I did love him back in the day. Kind of want him awakened, but he does still hit pretty weak. It's got some interesting synergies though. Open up a daily, get a tier 4 basic, which is nice. Open up my 6 stones, and I really wanted a ton of science. Only got 1, and I think we open up, yeah, the tier 5 class catalyst selector, and I could form the science, but I end up going with the mystic because I feel like I'll get a science soon enough. It's only like 1-2% away, less than that. So that's all I got for the rewards. Hopefully you enjoyed me getting smacked around a bit. Hopefully you saw some footage that helped with my Sersi takedowns. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.